Hello and welcome to this video. And my intent is to show you how you could do some screen annotation with a tool called Zoomit. Have you ever wanted to do something like this? Or something like this, and using orange. So, like this. Or possibly you wanted to do something like this. Or maybe you were interested in something like this. Or possibly you wanted to do something like this. And you also might be interested in doing something like this. Zoom it. Well, if you are interested in doing things like this, presenting annotations to explain things, maybe in your business meetings, in your tutorials, in your trainings, well, Zoomit is a tool that comes from Microsoft that you can use to do this kind of annotation. And the good thing is that it is free. It's been around for quite a long time, but recently, there have been some improvement in the tool, and that is what I will also want to show you in this video. So let's go right in and see what we need to do to be able to use this tool and how to use it. So all you need to do is go to any browser and just write Zoomit in the search bar, and it's going to bring you here. So even if it's some years later, definitely it's going to take you to a place where you can get to the site and get this tool. And so it's going to take you, when you click on this, it's going to take you to this place. So you can see right now that Zoomit is version 8.01 that is being used. So if you're using Zoomit, if you're already using Zoomit, you may want to upgrade to a new version because I've used it before and I found out that there are great improvements as compared to what I was using before. So it starts with an article that is quite recent. This is February 7th, 2024. And I guess that the upgrades are because this same tool is within Microsoft Teams, and possibly that's why they're improving on it. So you can see here, it shows you some of the things that you can do with the tool in this video that is here. And you can go right and download it here. It also has some shortcuts. Much of it has been based on shortcuts in the past. So you can see a lot of shortcuts are what they do here. And if you scroll down, you can also download it here. So what you just need to do is click here, download it. I downloaded it into my download folder, and there it is in my download folder. So all you need to do is to open it here, and this is what will come out. So before now, all you need to do was to extract this folder, and once you extract it, you will be able to get it in your desktop tray, the desktop tray here. But interestingly, I found these other tools here. So I'm using 64 bits. So once you double click on this 64 bits, I think what it does is that it installs it in your system. And when it does that, let's get this out of the way. When it does that, automatically when you come to your tray, you're going to see this, you're going to see Zoomit, you're going to see this one here. So let's go right in and see what it does. I'm going to be explaining it based on what we have here. So when you click on your desktop tray and you click on this tool, Zoomit, you're going to see options, break time, draw, Zoom and everything. Now, I didn't have this in my previous version, so it was a great improvement in that some of the things that you would have used shortcuts for, you can easily come here, click on it, and then you have it. But you're going to see this. You're going to see this, and this explains all the tools that is within this Zoomit. And possibly in some previous version, they have introduced some other things I'll show you. So the first one is the zoom, and you can use Ctrl+1 to activate that zoom. Interestingly, you can also do it here. So I go in here, especially for those of us who love using the mouse. So you could zoom here, and what it does is that it follows with your mouse, and you could go to whichever area you want to zoom, and that is just what it does. So for those of you who might want to zoom in and show one or two things, just because you don't want to zoom in, then this can actually help. Okay, so you could get it out by just pressing your escape key, and then you're back to normal here. Now, another thing about the zoom is if you go to the options dialog box, you can decide how big you want it to zoom. So if I take it to this 2.0 and say OK, and I go to my tray, it's an ashtray, my tray, and click and zoom. So what you can see it gets really, really big. It's bigger. So, and that's it. And press your escape key to get out. I think I'm just fine with the first option here, 1.25. But that's it. It's there for you to choose which one you would consistently want to use, and so on like that. But I'm just seeing that we've got a live zoom here. So with a live zoom, what's the difference? What can we do? Now with a live zoom, you don't have that in the tray here. So you just have to use a shortcut here. And that is Control 4 to activate it. So let's do that and let me show you what it does. So Control 4, and there it's zoomed out, and it does the same thing like the zoom, except that right now I could, work in a zoom mode. So it's zoomed out there, and you can see that I can still do one or two things in here. You get it? So I can still walk and show you one or two things that is happening in here while I'm on the zoom mode. So that's why it is called a live zoom, because you can zoom and you can still do one or two things on your so Control 4 is a toggle. It toggles, it zooms it out, and then takes it in, zooms in. Okay, so here it's zoomed in, and here it's zoomed out. So just toggle. It's Control 4. So as you start using it, it's going to be second. It's going to be as you start using it, your memory is going to have it, and you could continue to use it. You get to know it more and what to do. Actually, so that's for the Zoom. And let's go to the options and see what things are available there. So right now you have the draw. So clicking using Control+1 can that activates the zoom rather, but here Control+2 would activate the draw. But if you do not want to commit the Control+2 into memory, the interesting thing is that we have it here. So it's here, and I just need to click it, and it's activated now. So here, there are three interesting things that you can do. You could hold down your tab key, and it would give you a circle, a perfect circle. You could hold down your shift key, and that could give you a line, just a line, any line that you want to use. But if you want the line with an arrow, you need to hold down your shift and control key, and then you see, I want the arrow to be pointing um, to this sum function. So I have to start from just close to the sum function and down like this, so that the arrow would be at the top here, pointing here. And then, so you start from where the arrow is, and then you take it down. And then the fourth thing is that you might be interested in a rectangle or a square. So all you just need to do is hold down your control button, and then you would just, drag across the area that you want it you want the area that you want the square to be in, or the rectangle to be in, or whatsoever it is. So that is what it does. Now, the interesting thing is that you might not like my color. I like orange a lot, but you might want it red. So the code for red is while you are in this draw mode, you can just press arrow and it changes and it gives you in red. So everything comes out in red. You get it? So you might be interested in green, and I just put it the G for green, and then I can just, do any of these. You get it? Do any of these in green. So arrow is for red. You have O is for orange. You have green, and I think you have yellow, which is Y. So that's just another option that you can use. So here, good. Here we can have yellow for anything that we want to do. So again, this gives us a lot of options that we can use in annotations in our presentation. Now, the interesting thing is that I want to jump to the next thing, is that when you're in the draw mode, it's it's very easy for you to go to the text mode by just hitting your T, T button. So I'm going to hit my T button, and then it's in the text mode. I would like it to be this. So in the text mode, I can actually type in anything in text. You see that? So if you want to escape the text mode, I'm going to escape it now. It's going to be the escape key. And let me go back to my orange. And in orange, I want to go back to the text. So here you can see I can do the Zoomit. I can use whichever color that I want to use in this case. So while in the text mode, you cannot change the color. You need to press your escape key, change the color, and then come back, press your T, and then you get back to your text mode. So you can be able to do that. So I'm in my text mode. I need to press my escape key twice. Now it's just in the draw mode, and then out of it. So it takes out all my annotations, and then you have what you have here. So that's very interesting. I saw that as picking them here helps you to just do it as fast as possible. So the type mode, that's what I was telling you about, where you have to press the T button in order to get into it. And you can also change whatever font you want to be used. So I like the Comic Sans MS, and that is what is here. That's not the default it came with. I just changed it. You can also change it to just whatever you want here, and then it works. For the demo type, maybe you just read through the instructions here and use it. I didn't find any great use for it, and really wondering what it does. But it could have good uses for you. So you could check it out or check a video that does about the type mode. You get it. But the brick, this is actually something you could use to actually time yourself or time a meeting or time a break and so on like that. Let me show you how it works. And here in our tray, we have the break timer here. So it starts this and it starts counting down to zero. And that's because here it started with 25. You could make it to use any of them. I can get out of this by pressing my escape button, And let's go back to the options. There in options, we have the break. We have the break, and here in the break, I can change it to something like, let me just use 1 minute. Let's use 1 minute. So, and see how it really works. So what happens in this case is that here, break timer, that is it, and it starts counting down and down, and it gets to 0. So this you could use for initiating break times during meetings, during trainings, and all of that. And everybody will be in sync in terms of timing. So Zoomit does that. Now, the interesting thing, I never thought it was there. Maybe I've not been using or seeing it in previous versions. But interestingly, you can actually record your screen. You get it, and it uses the Control+5 to, toggle through recording the screen or not. And the interesting thing about it is that it tells me that I could get a microphone. So if you have a different microphone, you could actually pick it up here. You could pick it up here, and you could use it, and that's just it. You just trigger it, and it does what it does. So if you click here and you do record here, so you can see the yellow stuff around it here. So it's like recording whatever is happening. And here I just need to do this times this, just for some operations to take place and so on like that. And then you could just come back to the tray and then here, and then just click on this. So once you click back, it toggles, so you can see that what it has actually done is to record my screen. Yeah. So let me see if I can show you what is happening on my quick here. So here it is. Might not be that great. I found out that the audio wasn't very, very good. That might be because it's just a basic recording tool, and that you can use to record something and just show to someone else. It doesn't have things that could optimize your microphone, sound, and all of those things like that. It doesn't have that, but at least it does a good job in recording what it says in your screen, and that can easily be used. The last one is it's more like the snippet tool. That is it here. More like the snippet tool. So it says copy a region of the screen to the clipboard, or enter the hotkey with the shift key in the opposite mode to save it to a part. So anyway, so when we check here, you see it's not here, so we can't help but use our Control+6 to start it off or to fire it out. So what we can do is Control+6, and there it is, and we pick just here, and then it has copied it to the clipboard. So it's definitely will be waiting there for us to use it. Let me click here, and that's it. So you can see that that's it there. So you can just copy anything into the clipboard and use. Yeah, you could have tools like the snippet tool to use, but this just poses another option that you can use. So these are the great things I found with the Zoomit tool, version 8.01. And I think it's impressive, and it might be a tool that you'll be interested to use. The only thing I don't know if there is an option for that. I went through and didn't get an option. Okay, so in the draw mode, if you go to this draw mode, I felt like I would have loved. Okay, I would have loved it to not be as thick as this. So I was thinking I could get a way to make it slimmer than this. You could do that with in the text mode, like if this is a text and you have this is text here, you get it. And but I might want something bigger, so I will just scroll my scroll mouse. I can scroll it and do a text. So you see, this is bigger. I can scroll down, and that affects both the size and the weight, the thickness. So you have this one here. So I just felt that I would have been able to have something like that to use for maybe you get it. So the width of the line is really thick. But again, it does the job, and I just love it. It's a tool that I use. So I'm encouraging you to test it out and see if the tool is good, is fit for use for your presentation. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in another video.